Good evening, Nigeria, and welcome to the Poliscope. On Dominion, lesser-known parties have risen to prominence, winning strategic positions and shaking the establishment. From the victories of smaller regional parties in the early republics to more recent flashes of electoral upsets in state assemblies and local councils. Yet, time and again, such movements have either been absorbed into the larger parties or faded under the waves of political realities, internal rifts, limited resources, and the unforgiving machinery of Nigeria's electoral system. In Oyo State, the PDP-APC rivalry has become. I have someone who knows his onions, talk about local politics and, of course, international politics. Someone who holds a very high position in the ADC. Who is that person? I bet you are looking for answers. But of course, I have with me in the studio this evening, Barrister Bimpe Adelowo. He is the spokesperson of the ADC in Oyo State. And as we speak, the ADC has been making some strategic moves. Do not forget that just a few weeks ago, some notable people from ruling and, of course, the opposition party in Nigeria, from the PDP, the APC, they all migrated and cross-carpeted into the ADC. And there are questions. How do you move from one political party to another overnight without, what we call proper way of doing things? And of course, some people in the ADC, there are questions being asked. What will happen to former chairmen in states? What will happen to former secretaries, PROs, who are to be dislodged so that new force will take over? These and more we will discuss on this show this evening. Barrister Bimpe Adelowo, good to have you in the studio.
Yes, good evening. The anchorman, and then our viewers across, maybe across the globe.
Across the globe, yeah. That's the way to put it.
So it's a good evening to everyone.
It's going to be a very interesting conversation.
Yes, I know. You know, anything when you are discussing the issue of the rave of the moment, and which is ADC, virtually every day, even all the established medias, and electronic medias, print medias, even social medias, always saturated by the news about the ADC.
Your political party has been on the pages of the newspaper recently. There are so many people who have left their political party to join the ADC. And some people foresee an eventual crack in your political party, judging by the fact that so many people with different egos, and in your political party, Rauf Aregbesola, formerly of the APC, is in your party. Atiku Abubakar is sitting on the fence. He resigned from the PDP, but he has not made it clear if he's joining the APC or not. Senator David Mark, formerly of the PDP, is now in your political party. Rotimi Amechi, Malam Nasir El-Rufai, these are big names. And they all have ambition. How do you intend to manage them in your political party?
Thank you so much. You see, the secret that we have not let out to the public is that this coalition we are talking about has been ongoing for past 18 months. So whereby individuals that want to form the coalition, they've already outlined their interests. Various interest group, various interests have been taken care of, and that is evident. And you can see that when the new entrants came in, certain officers, certain national officers of our party resigned, stepped down from their position. And then in order to give room for,
because they knew that was going to happen.
Yes. So, and it was not easy decision to take, because it has been a serious negotiation, very difficult negotiation. But we have to consider so many factors, not for the interest of individuals that come to form the coalition, but for the interest of Nigerians. And you can see our slogan nowadays. When you see ADC, any ADC items, you see ADC for all Nigerians. It shows that it's a party for all Nigerians. So there are a lot of obstacles, a lot of issues that have been discussed and then have been taken care of, resolved. So before the eventual unveiling, that's about a month ago. So that is what people could see. They don't know that many water has passed under the bridge before we reach that conclusion.
Okay, before reaching that conclusion, I still want to ask you this question. Atiku Abubakar would definitely want to become president. Peter Obi is romancing the ADC. Most likely is going to join. And most likely, he might say he's not joining. Probably return to the PDP. Look at Rotimi Amechi, who has come out to say if he becomes president, he wants a single term. And a single term of 6 years. These are people of interest. Now, taking a look at Atiku Abubakar, of all the people who have shown interest and, of course, joined the ADC, he's sitting on the fence. Don't you think he's rethinking his decision of joining the ADC?
No, Atiku is not sitting, he's sitting on the fence. Many people do not, you see, there are certain things we don't give publicity nowadays. It's one of our strategy. That, you see, when you place a lot of things, a lot of information in the public domain, then the opposition, the ruling party try to engage in their keep-and-key style of politics in order to, in fact, they've started it again. And we've already factored in all their antics so that it will be very difficult to penetrate the coalition platform. And that is one of the strategy. It's not for Atiku to come out and say that he has already joined the ADC. But Atiku is the major factor in the ADC. He has his own foot soldiers around, across the states, across the local government, across the world, who have moved en masse to join the ADC. Many of them have already registered as a member, card-carrying member of ADC. And so also the other factors we just mentioned here, Rotimi Amechi, El-Rufai, Malami, or what have you. So all of them, the instruction that we have for these coalition partners, we call them coalition partners. You know, when you mention issue of partner, and that is one of the strategy we are talking about. You are not coming to take over the party, but all of us, we are partners. It shows that we jointly take decisions.
Now, let me ask you this question. The APC is known to have stronghold in all local governments. The PDP is known to have stronghold in all local governments. The ADC, yes, you have members in local governments. And judging by the fact that some people have actually joined your political party, your movement, what are the strategy you have for expanding grassroots support?
But presently, what we are doing is just to continue to mobilize support for our political party. And it has been yielding a very positive result. Let me say this for free, that even we are talking about people that have been in one political party before, but what of others that are partyless? As at last count, across the 33 local governments we have, at least partyless people that have joined the ADC. They are more than 20, I think the last count was around 21,000, because
across the country?
Across the Oyo State alone.
Okay.
Because you know that the consciousness of participating in politics has raised a lot of concern for Nigeria. And then all of them want to participate. And they are now looking for credible alternative, which is ADC, because we have not tasted government before. And then they want to see whether they can just try that platform. I'm talking about the partless people, because that is their testimony. They don't want to go to all these political party that has their dominance, long dominance in Nigerian politics, including Oyo State. So, and then they are looking for credible alternative, whereby they can start their own political adventures. And that is why they choose ADC to be their first shot.
Nigerians have raised issues, raised questions about recycling leaders in the country. And your political party has also taken in some people who we know are being recycled. Rotimi Amechi was governor in Rivers State for 8 years. He was Minister of Transportation under President Muhammadu Buhari. Now, it feels like he can make a change. Why didn't he make that change while he was in the APC? That is one. Two, Nasir El-Rufai has been in government for God knows how long, was governor of Kaduna State for 8 years. Also, he was meant to be a minister under this administration, save for the fact that he was not cleared on the floor of the House. Senator David Mark was Senate President for about 20 years. He has been there, was in the Senate for a long time until he was kicked out in the senatorial district by vote. These are people who have been in power. So if you want to say you want to make things different, people want a change. Is your party the change they are looking for?
Definitely.
How?
You see, people forgot to understand one thing about Nigeria politics. Nigeria politics is not
But these are the same people.
Hey, look, those people that are ruling us at the national level, they are the same hood horse that we have been mentioning in the politics of Nigeria.
And they will still be the one to win the election.
Since of course, President Ahmed Tinubu was senator.
Was a senator.
Under the arrangement of the military in 1992, 1993. He was 8 years termed governor of Lagos State. And so also other people.
Ralph Erogbosola was governor in Osun State for 8 years.
Now,
he was commissioner for works in Lagos State.
The issue is this. We have certain individuals that have already dominated the political space of Nigeria for long. If new breed come in, that they want to resurrect power, what do they know? What experience have they to resurrect power from all these old horse? It takes thief to be able to trace another footpath of another thief on the rock.
Are you saying your political party is towing the same path as the APC and the PDP?
You see, when you want to resurrect power from those people that hold what we and all the institution and instrumentality of law and the institutions of law that can give them a free day in the election, definitely you need other people that they can match their power, they can match their strength, they can match them with resources to do that for Nigeria. Now, the beauty of it, go and check the new structures of ADC now. The new structures of ADC is largely dominated by youths. Party structure. Of course, I'm not the part of the old horse that we are talking about. At least among the...
Are you a youth?
I'm a youth.
Let me ask you this question.
I'm a youth.
You're a young man.
I'm a young man.
You are not part of the old horse.
I'm not part of the old horse.
You have been around for a long time.
Of course. Because the politics is not something that you just come in a day, that you said you want to know what is happening there. It's a process. Check it all over the world. Somebody will not just, a new entrant in politics today we start from somewhere. And that is what we have done. Go across all the states. You can see that youth, of course, we have had this opportunity to present, even in Oyo State and elsewhere, to present youths as candidates of the ADC in the time past. Let me say in 2023, most of our candidates, they are youths. And then we also have policy that encourage women to participate in politics. At least most of our women that want to contest for one position or the other, their own form, nomination form is free, including youths. And that is our policy, in order to encourage Nigerian youths to start their political career from, of course, if you want to start your political career, you can't just say you are gunning for the president of the nation. How can you do that? What experience do you have to go and face these holders? Now, you are mixing two issues together. You are talking about national. You have not focused on what is happening.
You are coming back to your state.
At the state level.
Back to your state.
Because at the national, I don't see any, even Shore, you see, the problem of Nigeria is this. Nigerians will all continue to vote for all these old horse we are talking about. You remember in the early 20s and I think 2003, Gani Fawemi, that all of us knew is antecedent as as man of integrity and some other things. He came out to contest for the president of this country. What happened? Maybe his wife and his vote counted for him. No Nigerian voted for him.
Okay, now let me ask you this question. Nigeria has seen smaller parties with positions, but later fade. What lessons has the ADC drawn from those past experiences to avoid the same fate? Don't forget that in the last election, the Labour Party was the third first.
Yeah.
They won about 6 million votes in the presidential election. Yeah. And eventually, their lawmakers who eventually won, some of them who won, are now cross-carpeting into the APC. If the ADC eventually wins some seats, let's say you did not win the presidency, win some seats, will you be able to maintain the same consistency ahead of 2031? I want
to assure you one thing. You see, the emergence of Labour Party in 2023 was just a child of circumstances.
It was accidental.
It was accidental.
The ADC is not accidental.
It's not. You know that we have started coalition. I said we started coalition at about 18 months ago, laying structure, solid foundation that is not known to the public. And then, at the time when we've already integrated all the necessary interests, then we unveiled ADC as the coalition platform for, to slug it out with the incumbent, the ruling party in 2027. Now, the problem of Labour Party in 2023 was that they don't have adequate structure across. What we see in 2023 that gave them about over 6 million votes is as a result of the youth involvement, especially what happened during the EndSARS.
And the youth with you now on this.
Of course. You say the majority of that obedient movement, they are part of the ADC now. So, and then we start to see how we can integrate every groups that's involved in this coalition so that every interest will be taken care of. There won't be anybody that is shut out of the scheme of things within the ADC. And that is what we have. For instance, in Oyo State, we have a lot of blocks that have already joined the Oyo State. So rather than for us to continue to operate our normal executive structure that we are using before, then we try to give room for new blocks, also to have their nominees within the part of the executive, so that we integrate, we give everybody the sense of belonging. So all these things we have been doing, unlike Labour, that I think maybe 6 months to the elections, the popularity began to grow as a result of the obedience movement. So Labour has no structures across. Has structure in a few states. Now, coming back to the question of when you said where somebody won elections on the platform of Labour and later on they cross carpet, there are a lot of things that are responsible for that. You see, we have a lot of crises within the Labour Party, whereby we have three different factions. We have Obi and Alex Oti group. We have Abure group and another group.
At the point they had three chairmen.
They had
chairmen. Nenadi was a chairman. Abure was a chairman.
Yes.
Lamidi Apapa was a chairman.
So you can see, and so that gives room for anyone that wants to cross carpet to another political party. And that is what we are talking about in Nigerian politics. It is so easy, at least, to cross carpet in Nigerian politics because most of the political party bereft of what we call ideology. They don't have that ideology. Their philosophy is zero. They don't have they don't have anything they are holding on to. So it's very easy for me to jump from one political party to the other because what we call the semblance of ideology you have is about personal interest.
Now, when you talk about ideology, there's a question I want to ask you. Beyond slogans, what concrete policies or programs set aside by the ADC apart from two dominant parties? Do not forget that some people, there are insinuations that in the Nigerian political landscape, the only difference between political parties is their slogan. Is either you say PC change, PDP, power to the people, ADC, whatever it is you call it. I don't know that yet.
No, arise and shine.
Arise and shine. Arise and shine.
You
now,
can see.
the difference is the slogan. An APC man today is a PDP man tomorrow. Are the ideologies the same?
Yes.
Do we even have ideologies? Do our politicians have a template, a blueprint they work with?
It's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate.
Isn't that the same with the ADC now?
No, it's not the same.
You have people from the progressives and the conservatives in your political party.
You see, that is why we started early. In order to ensure that the people that are coming encultured what our policies, our philosophy, our ideology is all about. You understand? And that is why we could not have many friends in the past.
Are you a progressive or a conservative?
You see, that is the borrowed ideology. Our own is communalism.
Okay.
You understand? We deal with communal engagements. It's not about whether progressive or conservative. That is true. That is true. It's true English. It's true American. You understand? And that is why we've not got it wrong. We should involve our own ideology. Those progressive, of course, they can't practice progressivism the way the progressive is being practiced elsewhere across the globe. So we don't deal with that. We have combination of socialisms and communalism so that we can give power back to the people. You can't call yourself a progressive and say you are giving power to what is progressive in their own policies, in their own principles, their philosophy. What is so progressive there? We just tag certain. Even at the time, I was I was so confused when certain people called them progressive party. This group we have now, they call themselves progressive, and compare their attitude, the way of life, compared to even the other PDP they tag as conservative. Conservative, PDP even is more progressive than those people that call themselves progressive. It's just in names, the tag they give to themselves, but they don't have that character of that. They don't have that character, that attitude and mentality.
That's a bold claim.
Yes.
The people in the APC will argue that with you.
Yes.
Some of them say they are students of the Awolowo School.
Forget about the student of Awolowo does not make them a progressive. It's not necessary. Are they following the footpath of Awolowo? Many of them are in power now. What are the programs run by Awolowo? Run by Awolowo then? Are they replicating same now? The Awoism in their tongue, on their tongue alone.
Not in practice.
Not in practice. So that's why I don't want to involve in an argument or discussion about whether somebody is progressive or conservative. You understand? What is Africanism? That is what we need to look into. What is our own political culture in Africa? All those conservative, progressive is too foreign to us. And that is why we could not achieve anything through that in our own politics.
All right, the show is still the Poliscope on Dominion Television. And of course, you can join the conversation by linking up with us on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Dominion Broadcast, and on X, formerly Twitter, at Dominion Cast. You can also watch us live on our website, www.dominion.org.ng. We'll go on a short break, and when we return, the Poliscope continues on this time. We'll be back after this time out.
Ever dreamed of creating the next viral series or telling powerful stories on the big screen? This summer, your passion for TV can become a reality. Our TV Practical Summer Class is calling all future scriptwriters, producers, directors, video editors, reporters, news editors, and on-air personalities. Get hands-on training from industry professionals. Learn to shoot with professional cameras, master editing software, and produce your own content from start to finish. This isn't just a class, it's your launch pad. Don't just watch TV, make it. Enroll now. Spaces are limited. Visit our website on www.dominion.org.ng or call the number 0706 777 9435 0706 777 9435. Dominion Television, your channel of choice.
Alright, welcome back from that short break. The show is still the Poliscope on Dominion Television. As I said earlier, you can link up with us on all socials: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. It will be at Dominion Broadcast. On X, formerly Twitter, it will be at Dominion Cast. Do well to link up with us on our YouTube channel at Dominion Broadcast. Subscribe to that channel. We will definitely take your comments on this show. And also, what you will do is to watch us live on our website, www.dominion.org.ng. Now, I still have Barrister Bimkwe Adilawa with me in the studio. He's the spokesperson of the ADC in Oyo State. And of course, he has been making some bold claims about the ruling All Progressives Congress, the opposition party, the PDP, and of course, the Labour Party, who were the third first in the last election. Do you believe the Labour Party still has its chance in the next election? With or without Peter Obi?
I can only speak about my own political party. In fact, to me, I don't think we still have any strong political party in Nigeria, whether they are ruling party or not. Because the kind of drive we have now, in Oyo State alone, you discover that certain party is in power, but he has lost a lot of membership to the current trend, ADC in Oyo State. And just yesterday, we went to the southeast to welcome one of their strong political leader at that southeast, Ibadan southeast, and that is Baba Bidikugu. He formally declared for ADC yesterday. So you can see many of them, and some of them are also having discussion with us on that. You remember that about a few weeks ago, the governor, Governor Sheyi Makinde, who happened to be the leader of the PDP in Oyo State, was complaining about the exodus of their members to ADC in particular. He didn't mention ADC, but we knew that he was addressing his member that are moving to ADC. He said if a roof is linking, leaving that house is not the options. We should all of us should stay back and fix the linking roof.
Is the governor afraid of the next election?
Oh, definitely. So he understood that across the local government, across the Oyo State, many members have moved away from the PDP to ADC. Similar thing. In fact, APC in Oyo State are in disarray. You can see that they campaign themselves, and this is so evident at their primaries. Primarily at the Ibadan North Federal Constituency. And then you can see that a lot of division because they don't have a kind of command, unit of command. So they don't have the center that can coordinate everyone. So many of their members have moved to join ADC. In fact, you know that what always drives politicians from one political party is about interest.
Now, there are insinuations that in Oyo State, that the PDP only appears on paper, that we now have the Sheyi Makinde movement in Oyo State. Is that true?
That is true. That's a correct statement. Because if you are not a GSMite, you understand, you have nothing doing in PDP. And that is the kind of system we are running in our politics, whereby somebody will come into a political party, and that is what we have already dismantled.
And he wants to be president.
Yes, that is what we have already dismantled in ADC, because we know that many of the politicians will have the similar character. They will come to a particular platform together with their structure, and they want to hold on to their structure. You understand? To hijack everything. I think our instruction is, if you want to come to us, you don't come to us at the state. Tell your member to dissolve themselves into their various wards, various local government, and that is where the where the politics is being taken. So, anyone that wants to join ADC in Oyo State has to go back, no matter how highly placed you are. Tell your people to go back to their various words.
That takes us back to this question. Has the ADC been hijacked by the Atiku,
Not at all.
David Mark,
Not at all.
Rauf Aregbesola,
Not at all.
Nasir El-Rufai?
Not at all. Not at all. You see, if ADC has been hijacked, there's nothing. I mean, what are we doing? I mean, in the state executive, because the bulk of the NEC members are state executives of a political party. Then, if you have control of all the state executive in Nigeria, then what are you saying? The politics is not at the center. The politics is at the grassroots. The question is, how firmly are we holding our grassroots? What? Local government. I will say sincerely that we have 100% control of what is happening in our wards across about 351 wards across the Oyo State, and then 33 local governments.
Can you say the same for all states in Nigeria as we speak?
You see, it's Oyo State, I know. I can't speak on behalf of other states, but I know of Osun, because we do compare notes. I know of Lagos, because we do compare notes. Then I know of Ekiti. You know, that is Southwest. And some other, in fact, if you are talking about all other parts of the country, then where ADC is fully entrenched in the Nigerian today is the North. When you get to the North, virtually you see entire structures of a political party will be collapsed into ADC.
Now, let me ask you this question. People will say this in Nigeria, there's a system that we practice. And I want to ask you how the ADC plan to navigate potential political intimidation, vote buying or electoral malpractices ahead of the next election, knowing fully well that there are money bags in all political parties. Now, in most political parties, in the APC, we have money bags. In the PDP, there are money bags. And of course, in your political party, there are money bags in that party. And if you want to practice politics differently, we should not go by the way it used to be. How do you intend to navigate through that?
You see, we've already started. I thought the other time you want to pry into certain things, to want to know what program do we have for Nigerians as alternative for what we are experiencing now. But what we are doing now is to build a structure and to ensure that our programs align with what the aspirations of the Nigerians. So to come out categorically, many people have said it, that, oh, tell people what do you have. No, we are not in haste. We don't rush to the public to tell people this is what we want to do, having not prepared very well to understand what is happening in the society. Then we are understanding the various governments we have in the country now in order to draw out what aspect and then what programs do we have for the Nigerians. So similar things is what we try to do about the individual that has come to our political party. We are discussing several interests. We are discussing how somebody individual will not be powerful. Yes, we need money. Yes, the money is what runs politics in Nigeria. But you can't be a money bag and still dictate for the party. What we have already outlined is that party supremacy. Party is supreme. Anyone that will not bow for they will not take instruction from the structures of the party, the executive of the party, then that person has nothing to do in ADC.
Now, in the event that the ADC does not win the presidential election and the gubernatorial election in the state, is the strategy still to build influence through legislative seats and local councils?
Yes. We have not imagined that because we are talking about...
Looks like you are really bullish about your chances ahead of the next election.
Because next election, we don't think about losing the election. We are thinking about how can we deliver good governance to the people. Thinking of failure now, it will not be in the interest of Nigeria because we are there for them. So our own is to concentrate on what we are going to do, having emerged in 2027, in order for Nigerians to have a new lease of life, in order to salvage the situation we find ourselves now. We have disaster all around. Even that the various governments now, they are disaster because they could not give people what they need. Security, you want to talk about security, you want to talk about economy, you want to talk about any other thing. You can see that they are not measured up. But how do we address that is our concern. You know, I said earlier that what we are doing now is to study various policies of incumbents, past administrations, and then match it with the aspirations of Nigerians. And then, having done that and concluded on the necessary things and project towards future, then we now come out with our action plan, with the blueprint. This is how we want to govern Nigeria. And that is our focus now.
Now, this is a question that so many people would want to ask you, and it dropped just a few minutes ago. That's why should an average or your voter, a Nigerian voter, believe that the ADC is not just another political experiment that will fade away?
We have already experimented that in 2018, 2019 in Oyo State. And we've understudied what could have been our pitfalls. And now we are taking charge to redress, to correct all those anomalies. You remember that the ADC in Oyo State came to limelight in 2018, 2019, whereby similar things that is happening at the national now, we have all these political juggernauts and then coming together to form a coalition. And then they adopted ADC. And ADC was so large in that year, to the extent that it became a threat to everyone. It was ADC that gave the current governor opportunity to become the governor.
Some said you played the spoiler game in the election.
No, we didn't play the spoiler game. Because
you split the vote.
No, we didn't split any vote.
You destroyed APC's chances of winning the election.
No,
just the PDP could win it.
No, we merged. We coalized. We did coalition then, by which, of course, the deputy to Sheyi then was our governorship aspirant. You remember?
Some said the governor paid his way through.
No, that is Ralph Olaniyan. Also, one of our aspirants also won a senatorial seat at the South. That is Dr. Kola Balogun. They are members of ADC and some other guys like that.
But he merged with the PDP and then he won under the PDP.
Yes, we merged because that is the arrangement we had. That, a political party that can survive that general election at the National Assembly's level, then PDP had more because we've already donated some of our bright star to join the PDP. And then we now said, okay, let's support the candidate of PDP as a governorship candidate. And he won, not because we play a spoiler role, but because we work together. We instructed all our people, all our state assembly to work for the emergence of the Governor Sheyi Makinde. And it happened. So all those experiments, we've already performed that experiment. We have experimented that. So learning from that, taking it to the center. And that is exactly what we want to do.
Let's come back to your state. The Ibadan North Federal House of Representatives by-election is coming up on the 16th. How prepared is your political party? Is your political party contesting that election?
We are contesting. Even among the list released by the INEC, you will see Dr. Dexter Akinalamu, Femi Akinalamu, as the #1 on the list.
Does he stand a chance?
Very well, very well. It's not about making noise. It's about the underground work. It's about contacting the right source. It's about contacting those factors that can work together and give us that victory.
There are household names on that list. Honorable Murphy is contesting under the APC.
It's not an household name. You look.
Don is contesting under the PDP.
If you are talking about household name, then you talked about Desta. Desta has contested on the platform of Labour, 2023. So
he lost.
He lost, and we understood why he lost. It's not just a loss that's orchestrated by the malpractices. Because of similar thing I complained about the Labour Party then, they could not involve a kind of structure that can monitor their sources. And it lost.
And how is ADC prepared for that?
We have already prepared for that. At least we've laid a solid foundation. We have our structure across the 12 wards of Ibadan North local government, and then and we've already done a kind of underground work. So many people can go on jamboree, road show, staging rally, a lot of things like that. Yes, we did our best as well in order to create awareness that we are here. But what win elections is not about noise.
Now, is the forthcoming by-election in Ibadan North going to be how your political party tests the water ahead of the next election?
We are not testing any water. We are not testing any water because we want to contest. We are not testing water at all. So it should not be a yardstick of how we are going to perform in the future or whatever. We are going there to win elections. So if that election is not our day, it's not our election. So we are not testing water. At least is our practice. Even if the coalition has not been unveiling, we've already get set to feature the candidates, to feed the candidates for that elections. Because we always field candidates.
Have you seen the campaign train of the PDP? Have you seen that of the APC?
I don't need to see.
Did you see the crowd?
I know. You see, when you are talking about crowd, we can mobilize resources to purchase, to buy crowd now. It's so simple.
That's a bold claim. Are you saying the PDP and the APC
definitely
bought what you saw in the crowd?
Power. So it's so important. It's so important to understand that they have public funds, both APC and PDP, at their disposal to do whatever they want to do. They can intimidate. They can harass. You understand? By giving out gifts to certain groups. Of course, you remember that the governor has started giving. Even the first thing he did when the election date was announced is to go and give a bus. A bus to the market people at Bodija. So we should understand what
was
that
this
is.
Politically motivated?
Of course, anything, because why that period?
It could have been in the plan.
It's not. Whatever is in the plan, he has not. This is not the first time he's giving a bus to certain groups. You remember during the Ramadan prayer or what have you, breaking of fast the other time, he gave out how many buses? He gave to Serikin Sacha, the deceased Serikin Sacha. He gave another one to another sheikh. Then he could have as well, gave it out to the market people at that the same period. So people will not read any political insinuation to it.
Lastly, before we go, you mentioned that the APC and PDP have the influence. They have state funds at their disposal.
Of course.
Now, going into the election on Saturday, is your party intimidated by these resources?
Not at all.
At their disposal?
Because what we are telling people, all those people that we have engagement with, is your all money they are sharing around and carrying around it is your money. Collect it from them. You understand? But when you are talking about good governance, then think of ADC. Think ADC, think Nigeria.
Barrister Bimpe Adelowo, thank you for joining us in the studio.
It's a pleasure to be here.
It has been a wonderful session with you.
I really enjoyed it.
But this conversation has not ended. We still have more to talk about.
No problem.
Maybe later.
And no
when we call you after the election, you have to be here.
Definitely.
Thank you for being a part of the show.
You are welcome.
As we have seen, the story of Nigeria's third forces is one of hope, ambition, and often hard lessons. In Oyo State, the ADC's challenge to the PDP-APC duopoly could mark a turning point or simply echo past attempts that fell short. One thing is certain, politics, like history, is written by those who dare to contest the status quo. Whether the ADC will pen a new chapter in the by-election or be folded into the pages of what might have been is something only the ballot box will decide. I am Samson Balogun, and this has been the Poliscope on Dominion Television, where we connect the dots so you can see the whole picture. Good night from here. Keep listening and keep watching Dominion Television.